Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and whatever else you identify as of YouTube. JW here, and welcome to an impromptu episode of the East Lake Animal Education Centre. I was hoping to move on to Dunswell Zoo for this episode, not happening, and I will explain why. There's one mod missing that I cannot progress without. So I've already mapped out the first area, well, the first two areas we're going to be working on. But I can't progress without the free build mod by Kyodenic. I'm told it's the next one he's going to be working on, so hopefully we'll get it soon. But I'm not comfortable progressing without that mod for Dunswell Zoo. So instead I will tell you what my plans are for the update and the conservation pack what are coming out, as well as what's going on within the education centre. So we'll start with the conservation pack. All the animals in the pack will be going in to Dunswell Zoo. That's entirely what Dunswell Zoo is about. It's about conservation and education and animal welfare, and those animals 100% suit that criteria. The same goes with the free update that's coming in as well. The sniffing points and the education stations and the brachiation for the siamang and stuff like that. Absolutely 100% suited down to a T for Dunswell Zoo. Moving forward with the plans for the zoo, however, or the education centre and the zoo. The chickens, we may be sending them to another facility. This one's not elderly yet. 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 This one is elderly. And this one's not elderly yet. It's probably just going to be better for us if we send these chickens to another zoo or education centre or wildlife park or a farm, in like a children's farm, something like that. So that's probably what's going to happen. I'll send the chickens off and that'll be that. The badgers, we are keeping the badgers until they die. We may be taking more badgers in, only if they're rescues though. We won't be breeding badgers, and if there aren't any more rescues and the badgers have gone, then this habitat will be shut down. I am not putting badgers in Dunswell Zoo. So we'll move on. The fallow deer, once they've died out, or there's a small enough herd remaining to send to another collection, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to send the fallow deer to another collection, or just wait for them to die out. There's only 5 of them. There's 8 of them, but 1, 2, 3 are juveniles. So that's fine. Once this herd dies out, we'll be getting rid of the fallow deer. But for now, they will stay. The South America animals then, the coati and the anteaters will be moving into Dunswell Zoo. Hopefully we'll be able to move these exact animals across. It shouldn't take too long to get to that point. I mean, how are we doing? Okay, so we've got some babies. And our female anteater, she's got plenty of time left. She's surplus from the breeding program, so we will try and find her a mate as soon as we get her moved across. We've got lots of coatis. So yeah, we might be able to move the coatis across as well, these exact coatis. So they're moving across, fret not for them. Our greater Rhea, or Rhea, depending on how you want to pronounce it, they will also be moving across because they are listed as. Is it near threatened? They're listed as. Yeah, near threatened. So they'll be moving across, and we'll maybe get some breeding going with them. So they'll be moving across to the South America section of Dunswell Zoo. Our Bactrian camels will keep the three sisters until they pass on. That was never under any duress. This one's got a few scars, oddly. Quacha. Odd. Quacha. Don't know what happened there. Let's just rename you to Bonnie. There we go. So they are sort of elderly, approaching death. So we'll keep them until they die, and then we'll see if there's any more what need rescuing. If not, probably shut down this habitat. We might put Bactrian camels in Dunswell Zoo. I would much rather have wild Bactrian camels than the domesticated Bactrian camels, which these ones are though, just for conservation value. So we're coming to a nice open plaza. Our red crown cranes, since last time, have done a lot of breeding. Let's see if we can find any of the babies. Here we go, the babies. Look at the little babies. So we've got some really good statistics, ratings, animal appeal, whatever you want to call it. Genetics, again, really quite good. So I've now put contraceptives on them because we don't want any more breeding. We will probably be moving the crowned cranes into Dunswell Zoo, but I'm not going to have as many. I'm only going to have one breeding pair, I think. You can already see something new here. We now have some binturongs, if we can find them. Let's have a look. Everyone's looking over here. What can they see what I can't? Not a clue. I can see the otters. How are they doing? Yeah, we'll probably move the otters across as well when we get to the Asian section. Binturong, 2 females from the custom seizure and pets, so that were rescued. And we'll keep these for as long as we can, but they're not going to be part of the breeding program. So we now have 2 species in here, the Asian short-clawed otters and the binturong. I absolutely adore binturong. And that's my cat. It's very busy up here. I was going to put an education point in, but I think it would just get far too crowded, so I haven't done that. We'll stick over here for now. What else is new? We've got some new inhabitants in our Wetlands Recovery Centre. So if we come out onto this jetty, which technically we shouldn't be doing. Here we go. We now have our swans are out here. Our male ducks are still out here. We also have our Canadian geese now. The mod was updated. They no longer fall through the floor. So, pretty happy with that. So we have our Canadian geese, our swans, and when our ducks, our female ducks have given birth, they're all sort of due offspring. Yeah, offspring imminent. Offspring imminent. Offspring imminent. And imminent. And offspring imminent. So when they've all had their ducklings, and the ducklings are sort of at an age where they can fend for themselves, we will then move them out onto the main pond here. The East Lake itself. Should we see a swan do some running? It looks so weird. We lost a lemur. We've lost our male lemur. So we could get some another male lemur in. Sorry, we could get another male lemur in. Get some babies. But at the moment, a bit of lag there. I'd much rather focus on stuff like this. Like, I need the free build mod to fill all this in and make it a proper plaza. It just looks scruffy. Our Dal sheep. Again, lots of babies. Probably not going to be moving across to Dunswell Zoo. Lemur Conservation Centre, of course. We've got just females now. So, could bring in a male and do some breeding. Or we might bring in some other species of lemur. I think that might be a better option, actually. Bring in a couple of other species of lemur to cohabitate with the ringtails. And focus on them. All the lemurs will, of course, be moving across to Dunswell Zoo. Goes without saying. Come around the back here. Pretty quiet part of the education centre. And we have our reindeer. There's no male anymore. The male died. We do have a fair few females. You can see she's elderly. She's not. She's elderly. She's not. Have I just done that one? No, she's not. So it might be worth getting another male in here just to breed with the younger females. But the reindeer will probably be moving across to Dunswell Zoo. The African penguins will be moving across to Dunswell Zoo. This colony, however, is currently reaching its maximum capacity size. So if I go on to view all species, you will see we've only got one that's capable of breeding, because I've only let them have like one chick each. And we've got one, two. So we've got two juveniles and one adult capable of breeding. Female, male, female. But this colony has now sort of pretty much reached its capacity, so we won't be getting any more penguins. So they'll just live here, and whatever's left we will move them across to Dunswell Zoo. The llamas, still not 100% sure about. I have sort of mapped out a... If we just... I don't want to spoil anything for you, so we'll take this nice and close. Try not to spoil anything. Here we go. So I have mapped out a llama and an alpaca habitat opposite the guanaco. Of course we are getting guanaco. Genuinely, I don't know whether I'm going to move the llamas and the alpacas across, or whether I'm just going to leave them in the education centre until they die out, and then we just don't get any more. Obviously the focus of Dunswell Zoo is conservation, preserving species, contributing to the breeding programs, animal welfare, stuff like that. Llamas are domesticated, so they don't really need a place in the zoo, so they'll probably just stay here. Same for the alpacas, as adorable as they are, and as much as they draw the guests in. We lost a llama as well, by the way. It's just... It's not conservation friendly, I don't think. So I think we will leave the llamas and the alpacas over here, which then gives me a large area over there to do something else with. Our meerkats, this group is collapsing, if not collapsed. Can I find any? Here's one. View all of the species. They're all related. It's a brother and sister group. So apart from this one, which is custom seizure. So maybe then we'll do that. But I'm pretty sure these are related. So Balawa is related to Delma and Aletta. And Imka. Okay, so we can take that off that. Bugozi, Musa and Brielle. So that's all we can allow, really, unless we... no, because the other males are related. Bugger. Okay, so the meerkat troops had it, essentially. Once they're gone, they're gone. We'll shut down this habitat. They probably will make an appearance in Dunswell Zoo. What zoo would it be without meerkats? But we'll do something interesting with them, I think. In the tropical house, then, we've still got our 3 horrible Goliath bird eaters. How are they doing age-wise? Dolores. Oh, they're only just like halfway through their life. They won't be coming with us to Dunswell Zoo. Our giant desert hairy scorpions have had offspring. Lots of offspring. Can we get rid of any of them? We'll keep our adopted ones because that was the agreement. We'll get rid of 2 of the males, I think. Our poison frogs, they started breeding again. Slow and steady. I think we've got just gold left. Yeah, all gold. 3 females, 3 males. They should have a nice stable population. They will be coming with us to Dunswell Zoo because they are vulnerable, endangered. Vulnerable, I think, right? How can I, here we go. Endangered. So they will be coming with us to Dunswell Zoo. Terrapins will probably be coming with us to Dunswell Zoo. They aren't breeding for some reason. Same age. So I don't know, whatever. So the breed if they don't do that. And then we of course have our Aldabra tortoises. Is there a talk going on? Yes, there is. That's why it's quite popular over there. When the time comes to move them over to Dunswell Zoo, that's when I will allow them to breed. They could breed in here. Technically, there is enough space. But the young just need caring for so long before you can send them on to another collection. That it's probably going to be more beneficial that we wait until they have a permanent home in Dunswell Zoo. And then they can breed there and stay there and provide generations of Aldabra tortoises, which are vulnerable. And then we've got the little desk kiosk thing that always does quite well. Shops are still here. Got our 2 lynx sisters. If we can spot them. They're either in the trees, because they like that, or inside, because I like that as well. There's none there. There's none there. There's one. There's a lynx. So that's Mika. Where's Lucy? Ah, Lucy's here in the sort of outdoor area. They're both doing very well. Our wallabies then, in the last episode, I did mention we had lost our breeding male. Haven't replaced him yet. I think what we'll probably do is whatever wallabies are left by the time it comes to moving over to Dunswell Zoo. Eesh, I don't think there's going to be many left at this rate. Okay, that one's... Right. So there'll only be a few to move over to Dunswell Zoo by the looks of it. But they are going to be mixed with the swamp wallabies as well. So they'll have a little bit of company there. 3 emus. Ignore my cat. They're also moving over to Dunswell Zoo. Do apologise about that. The 3 emus are also moving over to Dunswell Zoo. But we're not going to breed them, I don't think. We're just going to keep them in a similar habitat. Got our shops. The seal sanctuary, which is a bit of a difficult one. For the entire time that the Eastlake Animal Education Centre remains open, this seal sanctuary will be here. So it will house rescued grey seals until there aren't any more what need any additional accommodation besides what's already provided by rescue organisations. And then we might convert this into a temporary sea lion habitat. But I'm probably not going to go for Californian sea lions. I'm going to go for Australian sea lions. They're much more endangered and at risk and would benefit from having some form of habitat like this. Cat's very vocal today. But yeah, the grey seals are doing fine for now, and we'll see what the future holds. But when the zoo expands, with the exception of maybe the East Lake, the rest of what we're looking at here, so all of this, will be absorbed by Dunswell Zoo. I'd like to keep the East Lake because that's obviously important. So maybe we'll create a memorial island to commemorate the East Lake Animal Education Centre when it gets shut down and replaced by Dunswell Zoo. Now, where was I? Seals, yes. And that's it. That brings us back to the camels. So we are slowly but surely reducing the footprint, reducing the amount of animals. Oh, the peafowl, sorry. It's actually good that we should come to the peafowls. The peafowls, I think we are going to have some in Dunswell Zoo. I don't think we're going to be breeding them, but we are going to have some. I'm probably going to put them in with the greater one-horned rhino. That's the habitat I've got in mind. But maybe, how are they doing for age? They're elderly. I mean, it says elderly, but it's not elderly. Yeah, same story again. It might be that we have to get a new collection, or we can move some of these over. But we'll see. And we have another animal. I forgot to show you that. Where am I headed? The other side of the crane habitat. Otters and binturongs. Crane. Here we go. So we've got a new animal, which is one of my favourites. Sort of tucked away in the back here. Not many people are going to visit it. We've got some helmeted guinea fowl. They will be making an appearance in Dunswell Zoo. I've got a couple of ideas for where we can exhibit them. They're all asleep. They are all asleep. So we've got 2 males and 2 females, and one of the males is an albino, which is really nice. I like guinea fowl. They're so characterful. They're like funky chickens. So this is just like a little side habitat. I'm not expecting it to do much. It's $180. Nothing. Maybe we'll put something else in here with them. I don't know, but for now it's just the guinea fowl. But that's essentially the plan, folks. I don't know when the next episode of the Eastlake Animal Education Centre / Dunswell Zoo will be. I could do a tour of what I've already built, to be fair, which is all this over here. But I don't know. Obviously I need to retool this now because I've decided I'm not moving the alpaca and the llamas across. We're just having the guanaco, which frees up some room for some other species. But yeah, the chickens will probably be gone by the next episode, just because they've got so long left to live. They're not going to have a place in the zoo, so we might as well free up this space for something else, whatever that may be. Another animal. Maybe I might move the guinea fowl into here. And how big's the guinea fowl habitat at the moment? It's a decent size. Maybe I'll move the guinea fowl into here, and we can put something else in here instead. That's basically where we're at. So the series can't really continue without the free build mod, just because all it would be is like messy stuff and tours like this episode essentially. I need the free build mod to do nice paths and plazas and stuff like that. Nonetheless, that's where we're at. I will of course be doing the challenge time scenario that comes with the conservation pack. Looking forward to that one. It's very much up my alley. Really, really happy that we're getting the Amur leopard, the Przewalski's wild horse, the scimitar horned oryx, the siamang, and the axolotl. And then of course all the stuff coming in the free update, which is just amazing. It's probably one of the best updates I think we've had. With that being said and done, thank you very much for watching. Remember to follow me on Instagram at JW_YT, and subscribe to the channel and like the video if you haven't done so already. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay kind, and I shall see you all next time. Until then, thanks for watching, and bye bye for now.